and welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is reported speech. We're taking a look at reported speech. And you may ask, what is reported speech? Well, reported speech is when we tell someone what another person said. So here we have a little person. Her name is Amy. And Amy says, I like skiing. And she says this to her friend George. So Amy says this to George, and then George says, Amy says she likes skiing. And he tells this to his friend Julie. So we're going to take a look at this is what reporting speech is, and we're going to take a look at that. The first thing we're going to take a look at is reporting verbs. Reporting verbs, these are the most common, of course, is say, tell, and ask. We're going to take a look at ask in our next lesson, but there are many others. For example, describe, explain, recommend. So there are many others, but we're going to focus today on say and tell. So the first thing we're going to look at is the present simple. So what Julie said here is, I like skiing, and this is in the present simple. And what George said is, Amy says she likes skiing. So this is in the present simple. Says, and notice that likes is also in the present simple. So it matches. So present simple in reported speech, if the reporting verb that's this, says, is our reporting verb, is in present simple, then the tense continues in present simple. Here. So the tense of this verb continues in present simple. Now we do have the option for George to say, Amy said she liked skiing. In this case, our reporting verb is in the past simple, and our verb or a tense of our sentence continues in the past simple. So that's the rule. If the reporting verb is in past, then change. Verb to past. So that's when we convert this verb here, like, to this verb here, liked. We change it from present simple into past simple. So that's in the present simple tense. Let's take a look at a couple other tenses here. We're going to take a look now at the present simple continuous. Of course, this goes again with the reporting verb. If I say, for example, here's Amy, and she says, I am running, and she tells that to George, and George says, Amy said she was running. So present simple continuous changes to past continuous. And of course this matches here said with was running in the past. And the next one is the present perfect. We'll just keep with George and Amy here. In the present perfect, Amy says, I've been to Spain. And George says, Amy said she had been to Spain. So in this case, the present perfect converts to the past perfect. This is kind of how reporting speech goes, is we backshift one tense. So present perfect goes to past perfect. Now we've covered the present simple, the present continuous, and the present perfect, but what about the past? So let's take a look at the past. So here we're going to draw Amy again. And she says, I bought new shoes. And she tells this to George. And he says, Amy said she had bought new shoes. So if you look here, bought is in past simple, and here it converts to past perfect. So past simple converts to past perfect. Let's take a look at past continuous. past continuous converts one step back. So change our color here. I was reading when you called. And here we say, Amy said she had been reading when I called. So again, past continuous was reading, past continuous, converts to past perfect. Just a quick thing to point out here, we use the pronoun you. Here, I was reading when you called. That means that George called Amy, and Amy said she had been reading when I called. So make sure we take a look at our pronouns and get the correct pronoun in there. So that is the past. We're going to take a look at just one more. We're going to take a look at the future. The future is with going to. So we have here our Amy, and she says, I'm going to go to Argentina, for example, and she tells this to George, and he says, Amy said she was going to go to Argentina. So the I'm here turns into was here. So it turns into the future, I am going, into the past, she was going. And just take a quick look at will. The future with will. Say, I will call you. And here we say, she said she would call me. In this case, will changes to would in reported speech. Will changes to would in reported speech. So I hope this helps you with the basics of reported speech. Next week we are going to take a look at questions in reported speech, so reporting questions, and a little bit more advanced grammar when it comes to reporting speech. Thanks and have a nice day.